My first time moving away from home was when I was moving to Gainesville for college. It was quite scary. I thought about it for a couple weeks before I moved, and it was a lot of anxiety about grocery shopping alone, finding the areas, finding where the nearest Publix is, and knowing that I'm going to be alone without my sisters and my parents. Called my parents every day. Just told them about my day, and then GPS everywhere. GPS the nearest Panera Bread or the nearest Publix, Walmart. You just had to find your place. I mean, you're 3 hours away from home. You're not in your comfort zone.
Basically, my biggest move was when I went overseas. I had a job overseas. I went to Andros Island in the Bahamas, and it was basically a separation of, family, friends. So kind of felt a little bit like isolation, but also once again it felt like independence and moving on with life, a major life experience.
I just needed to get away because my life was so different at the time, and I needed to find out who I was as a person.
Like I said, it was sad at first, but I also did enjoy having the freedom away. I get to make my own decisions, decorate my own house, just become more of an adult, which I needed because I didn't do that.
Independence is very tough. Once you cut the apron, sometimes there's never no going back. So everything's in your lap. You gotta persevere even when the times are tough. You're not always gonna win. A lot of times you're gonna fail. And when you do fail in life, that's a learning moment. Learn from it, move on, persevere, and continue on with your life. Eventually, as years go by, you gain wisdom, and hopefully that wisdom will carry on in your future.
I didn't know as much real life stuff as I should have, but I now know that I'm smart and I figured it out.
I'd advise you to be financially set somewhat, be responsible, hardworking. Basically, just make sure you got your ducks in a row if you're going to move out. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. You might start off, taking baby steps doing it. But definitely make sure you have a job, somewhat stable job, or work in an industry where you can go from one job to the next. That's the way I see that advice.
You have to be a person who wants to move out. It's very hard, but you have to live your life the way you want to.
Definitely save a lot of money because it was expensive. Make sure you have your normal houseware stuff like pots and pans because we did not. Try and take as much advice from your parents as you can because, like I said, we had nothing when we moved out. And just take the good with the bad. It's going to be really hard at first.
And also, take time for yourself. Make sure you go to the pool or take some walks and really find yourself, because this is the time where you're alone. In a couple years, 10, 20 years, you're going to have a family, you're going to have a husband, and you're going to wish that you were at this moment in your life where you're just alone. And that's okay to be alone. It's very freeing. And just enjoy it and take advantage of it. Take advantage of being alone. You definitely will learn more about yourself doing these experiences.